Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another week of our Blood Bowl AI League. It is week 10. We are steamrolling towards the end of our regular season, getting ready for playoffs. They will be upon us before you know it. How's everybody doing today? Gonna get started here pretty soon. Take a look at. We'll start by taking a look at who we have playing today before we jump on into it. Do. There we go. Had some things mixed around. All right. So now that we're getting close to the playoffs, I want to take a quick moment to go over our current rankings. And I want everybody to know I was looking ahead and seeing what that tournament bracket is going to look like. And it looks like our first two ranked teams will have a bye week for the first set of playoff games. So they'll be a little bit closer to those finals as we go into them. And currently, those top two spots are the Grin and Good Stompas and the Pointy Eared Bandits. The Grin and Good Stompas, my own team. You know, hate to brag, but been pretty solid all season long so far. And the Pointy Eared Bandits have really surprised a lot of people. They were near the bottom of the leaderboard and have clawed their way back to the top. They are now tied for second place. The only thing keeping the Grin and Good Stompas on top is the points differential that they have. Pointy Eared Bandits is dead even on points scored versus points given up. Whereas we've got a 14-point differential for those Grin and Good Stompas. So they're doing very well. However, they have a very serious opponent this week that may push them down the rankings. So we could see a big shakeup here. Sitting in third place, not far behind at all, is Dumpete Loire and Gouda Game in fourth. We got Pappy's Nurglings, the fifth place team, who will be playing the Grin and Good Stompas today. So a win for them could be big to shake up the rankings here. Followed by the Knickknacks and Midnight Maulers. The Midnight Maulers have had some great games where they've come back. They seem to be kind of in the position that Pointy Eared Bandits is in, where they're getting the shit kicked out of them. They're managing to get a win, and that's what matters. They are followed up by the Continental Crushers and Bone Malones. Bone Malones had a pretty good little winning streak there for a little while, but they have since fallen down the ladder a little bit. Mythics and Brazen Pools right behind them. 9-Inch Males, Rathas Raiders, and Mr. Meeseeks kind of taking up the bottom ranking of our leaderboard here. But keep in mind that the regular season is really just the preamble. It only really matters in the playoffs. The playoffs will, of course, be a single elimination. And we'll talk about the dates of when games are played. I'm toying with the idea of making semifinals and finals be more of a like best of 3 or maybe in a best of 5. We'll see how we feel when we get to that point because we'll have less games overall being played each week. With all that being said, our schedule for today, we'll be starting off with Pappy's Nurglings versus Grin and Good Stompas. This is the one to watch here. This should shake things up there at the top of the leaderboard. Then we've got Pointy Eared Bandits taking on the Continental Crushers. Also should be a pretty good game. Mr. Meeseeks versus the Bone Malones. We've got Gouda Game taking on 9-Inch Males. The Brazen Bulls going up against Dumpete Loire. Rathas Raiders taking on the Mythics. And we'll be ending our stream today with the Knickknacks versus the Midnight Maulers. So, without further ado, what do you say we get this party started? We got the Grin and Good Stompas, and the Grin and Good Stompas are actually down 4 players, including one of their Blackworks today. which is a scary proposition going into this really tough Nurgle team. Really dangerous Nurgle team. This team has some of the most dangerous players in terms of casualties and knockouts inflicted. So we'll see kind of how we end up. I'm thinking the pirate ship today. Not. Why not? Right. Pappy's Nurglings way up ahead in terms of team value since I've got some people out. But in terms of SPP, these teams are actually very even. So I think this should be hopefully a really good one. I'm worried. I'm worried for my orc boys. Let's get this going. And here we go. It is going to be the Pappy's Nurglings going on defense first. This is a great place for them. Let's see how the orcs can stand up on the front line here. It's Rocktrack picking up the ball first. But Henry is coming over. And is on top of him. Treyoth just leaving the ball carrier for dead. Oh no, this could be a quick score for the Nurglings as they try to pick up the ball. Treyoth needs to get in there. Oh, but he's too little too late. Jonathan's going to scoop that up. That's going to be an easy first touchdown for the Nurglings. Orc team looking a little sleepy out there. It's never a good sign. Real quick drive. I don't think there's really anything to say on either side. Yep, no injuries yet. Gonna be Treyoth who tries to pick up the ball this time. Treyoth is one of the newer players. He doesn't really have much in terms of level ups or abilities. And Grubnash Gouge is the only one who's back there to lend a hand. Badclaw just sitting around. The orcs are just not in it today. And looks like going to be another easy point. No, Rocktrack is collapsing backwards. Tuck and a Troll coming back for support. Oh, but he gets the space he needs, and Ron Van Goddamn is going to take it in. Point number 2. This is exactly the kind of aggression that Pappy's Nurglings needs here against the orcs. And a win here is going to put them up in either first or second place, depending on how the game for the pointy-eared bandits go. Short kick this time. Going to put it in easy reach of Dribbles there, the goblin who's picked it up, but unfortunately Dribbles is not very strong. So I don't think he'll stand up too long. Yep, he goes down immediately. The ball ends up once again in the hands of Ron Van Goddamn, the rotter who was taken from the 9-inch males team. He goes down. The ball is now in the hands of Jonathan, who had the touchdown earlier. Pappy's Nurglings being consistent in who gets the ball. Orcs doing a better job this time in collapsing in on this ball carrier, but Jonathan is still getting away. Rocktrack chasing him down. Can he get to him? He does manage to stop him. But Rocktrack needs to make something happen. Jonathan again moving away and just gets the touchdown. Just walking away from tackle zones. It is not looking good for the Orcs. Already down by 3. No injuries, though, so far, which is pretty good. Nothing on the Nurgling side, either. So both teams still rocking at 100% here. Gonna go over to Badclaw. Badclaw can be the one to pick up the ball. He's got dodge and block. He's a much more difficult target to take down. They've got to get some movement on the ball. Just holding it there in the back line is not doing them any favors. It's bad luck on the AI roll here, it looks like. Use the Apothecary on the knockout. Track coming over is at least going to mark Ron Van Goddamn. Morg, the team captain, is involved, but he's getting his attention pulled away by Franklin. Rocktrack trying to pick it up. Morg going around to pick it up to show his team what for. He finally manages to get it. Now he's standing there in the back line. He's finally making his way forward. Finally getting some forward progress for the Orcs. He's got some blockers. Chaka the Troll is there for support. He's having to stop for a moment. He's gonna let Gore McGollin come in and Zim the Fourth and Franklin collapsing in as well. Org is a tough target, but even he can be outnumbered. Oh, Dribble's going down, getting knocked out. Morg going down. Lizard coming for the ball. Can't quite get it. Ball is bouncing everywhere. Lizard finally ends up with it. Lizard going down. Ball is on the ground. If the Orcs could score here before the halftime, that would actually be big for them. Just a 2-point lead is not so bad when they're on the defensive side of the ball. Looks like it's going to be once again Morg who tries to get it, but the ball scatters. 40 seconds left in the first half. Gonna be a nail biter. Oh, Morg getting knocked out. That's awful for the Orcs. He's gonna be out for the rest of this drive. Chucking a Troll is unfortunately really stupid. And he gets back into the ball, still in the middle there. Big game of punch out is happening. This is kind of what I expected from this game, honestly. Lots of punching. And Van Goddamn once again trying to end up with the ball and can't quite get it. Ball's bouncing everywhere. Badclaw tries it now. Both teams just having trouble picking up the ball too here. 8 seconds left to go. The ball is staying on the ground. That might be the end of this drive, but Grubnash Gouda manages to scoop it. And he's making forward progress. Gonna have to deal with Jonathan and Franklin. He's got a little bit of support. Not much. Gutbang is just back for defense, but there's no need for that because the ball is down and we're going into halftime. Zergling having a great first half, getting 3 points on the board in pretty quick succession until that last drawn-out drive. Morg is staying knocked out. That's a big loss for the Orcs. We got a Rotter knocked out for Pappy Zerglings, but they have some on the sidelines ready to get in there. But now the Gidstompas are on the defensive side of the ball. They're one of those teams that are more successful that way. Let's see what happens. Chaka the Troll winning on the front line. Lizard winning his engagement. The other Orcs are moving though, so they're not pressing the advantage, but Chaka the Troll is getting into the backfield. And 1v1 against Ramses, that does not look good for that Pestigore. And there we go. Chaka the Troll has knocked down Ramses, now dealing with a couple of Rotters. Morga Tearbrains coming in to maybe make the grab, scoop it up for a quick store. Rocktrack is there to help out as well. He manages to get it. Oh, he goes around Ramses, but does manage to get caught. Now outnumbered, but he gets some space. Getting caught again. Got block. Oh. Did not avail him. But there's 2 Black Orcs back there and Chaka the Troll if he can stop being really stupid. Lots of support for the Orcs back there. Although if the Nurglings can get this ball out of there, it would be kind of an amazing Amazing play. Oh, it's down. Can Morger just scoop the ball up? It bounces into Ramsey's hands, who now has to deal with Chuck and Troll. Lizard is back there for support. We're getting a push. Ball going in the opposite direction. Morger Tearbrains. Chuck and Troll trying to get the ball. Ooh, Jake Quellen down with an injury. I think that's the first injury we've seen today. Blackworks just struggling to pick up the ball, and he finally gets it. There's a touchdown for the Yorks, but they've got a long way to go to get back into this game. Honestly, if the Orcs can even make this a tie ball game, it puts them in a really good position. That was a very long, drawn-out drive. They're going to have to be quicker if they want to even get to that point. Morg is still down. I think that's Gribbles down next to him as well. I think Orcs still have the full 11 on the field, but they are out of replacements. Here they go again, kicking off once more. Pappy Zerglings. Oh, it bounces back, so they're going to give it to Ramses. He's immediately going to take the ball to midfield. Oh, Morger is down, getting knocked out. Another black troll, or black orc down for the Greenskins. None of the orcs can pick up the damn ball. There we go. Treoth finally has it, and he's running the wrong way. Maybe trying to go the long way and get over here. Tried a quick pass over to Badclaw, but I mean, Badclaw ends up with it. Now having to deal with Lizard, Rambula, and Zimbaforth. That's a bad place to be. It's gonna be Lizard trying to scoop it up. Having some trouble. Hit 5 times, 6 times the charm for Lizard. He finally ends up with it. Chuck of the Troll, probably one of the few orcs that can really go toe-to-toe with Lizard. A minute and a half left. Orcs need to move fast. Chuck of the Troll pushing it right into the hands of Aaron. Orcs starting to get outnumbered. Grubnash Gouja ends up with the ball, needing to move it, but there's just so many bodies here, so many tackle zones, it's hard to get out without having to dodge. Zim the third is going to pick that up, and a touchdown here is going to be the nail in the coffin for the Orcs today. Badclaw stops him. Rockcrack coming over to help. They need to knock him down, not push him. Zim does not have block. Oh, but he gets away. Oh, touchdown number 4 for the Nerdlings. Nurglings wanting that top spot if they can get it. What's their point differential at? These Nurglings' point difference is 12. So, actually, with this game, they could, depending on how Pointy-Eared Bandits do. Pointy-Eared Bandits don't win their game. The Nurglings could very well take top ranking today. Pitch invasion. Looks like it affected both teams equally, but the pieces on the board that got knocked down were more substantial for the Orcs, unfortunately. Badclaw moving the ball up. Oh gosh. Getting immediately stopped. Immediately downed. Morger managing to scoop it up on the first try there. Good for him, he's got dodge. Not block. And Franklin is going to go scoop that ball up, or no, he stops. There he goes. He's got it. And yeah, just insult to injury, just stacking on the points. Only going to have everybody back in for the Orc side, but too little too late, I'm afraid. One injury for Jake Quillen he did not regenerate from. But the damage is done. Even if the Orcs manage to score here on this final drive, 20 seconds left. It isn't going to change anything. At the very least, the Nurglings are securing second place here. Bad Claw just holding on to it. Maybe trying to run out the clock at this point. Now, if the ball goes down, the Nurglings at least won't get an additional point on top of it. So it's actually not the worst idea. Just getting bullied back into his own end zone. But Bad Claw is fighting. He's finally goes down. Oof, what a rough game for the Git Stompers. And that's kind of what I was afraid of going into this team. They're one of the few teams that can not only go blow to blow with the Git Stompers, but they can really outpunch them. So Grin against Stompers, I'm going to take that one on the chin and hope that they are on opposite sides of the tournament bracket when it comes time for playoffs. We are in week 10, game 1. Right, well, let's take a look at those statistics, starting with the Git Stompers as the losing team here. MVP is going to Submar, who got knocked out twice. Good for you, my guy. Good for you. Dribbles getting knocked out twice. Chuck and a Troll getting a casualty, getting a knockout as well. It's a very tough team as well, so it's difficult to get any casualties through. Morgar, Terrorbrains is the only other one to get anything through. A uncharacteristically weak game for Morg, as he was knocked out for most of the second half there. And the only touchdown going to Morgar, Terrorbrains. Ooh, a very weak stat line for the Git Stompers. Just getting shut down in every avenue. Week 10. No injuries, though, for the Orcs, which is good, so they will be back to full strength next week. And they'll be taking on the other Nurgle team, I believe, next week, the Meeseeks. See how that ends up going. Over to Pappy's Nurglings. We have a touchdown out of Franklin, 2 out of Jonathan, and a touchdown out of Zim III, and a touchdown and the MVP nod going to Ron Van Goddamn. RVGD getting some work done after being risen from the grave. You love to see it. Love to see it. Lots of knockouts. No casualties, of course, as we saw, but 2 knockouts for Lizard, 1 for Franklin, 1 for Henry, 2 for Jonathan, 1 for Gormaglin, one of those. Some decent yards run across the team, most of it going to Jonathan. Shows with the 2 touchdowns there. Very solid. And we have the 1 injury, which is Jake Quillen, who will be out next game, but otherwise is A-okay. No permanent stat decreases or anything like that. That's a big shakeup. That's going to send the Nurglings straight to the first place spot currently because of their point differential. However, if the Pointy-Eared Bandits get their win here in this game, they will be in second place, and the Pointy-Eared Bandits will take that first place spot. And they are, of course, playing Continental Crushers today. So we've got Dark Elf versus Lizardmen. Pointy-Eared Bandits are down a couple of players, but then so are the Lizardmen. I think this should be a fairly even game. They're both, well, I mean, that's fine. We'll just have them go head to head, purple v purple team. Winter Bandits with the team value lead, even with some people out. They had some players get killed last time, but they're floating enough money that they're able to replace them, so they lost 2 Witch Elves and they have gained 2 Witch Elves. Overall, a fairly even matchup here, I think. I think Fate Maker is going to be the one standout, though. It's going to be higher strength than any other piece on the field. He's going to be difficult for the Dark Elves to deal with. But we've seen games where they get the shit kicked out of them and they still manage to get a win. They are kicking the ball off first on the defensive. Very strong point for the Dark Elves. Makataka has ended up with it. Fatemaker easily with, oh no, in one ear is immediately down. Jeff Jr. coming in, trying to get some revenge. So many things have happened. The Earminator has got the ball, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Pointer Ear Bandits right away. Wow. What a wild first drive that was. No injuries so far, and the one knocked out player is coming back, but there's plenty of skinks on the sidelines regardless. Keep sneezing. Irritator this time with the ball. Put in the hands of the skinks. Count Echo already on the ball carrier. Van Irish, the assassin, which I don't know if the assassin is actually able to use his ability in this version. He's kind of like a test. Count Echo has ended up with the ball. He just can get some space from T-Rex Makataka, but it's going to make it difficult. Lots of lizardmen around. Van Irish running away. Oh, tried the going for it. Didn't even get knocked down. He just slipped on the going for it roll. Fatemaker collapsing back to help out. Lots of lizardmen back here. Irritator now with the ball. Dealing with Count Echo in Illuminati. Echo looks weirdly out of place, but Venerish coming over should be the difference maker. Yeah, it immediately knocks out Irritator. Use your ability there? I don't know what it looks like when he uses his abilities. I don't know if he's actually doing it or not. He hasn't gotten any casualties just yet. Oh, a knockout. It's the Apothecary used on him. That might be a mistake. Akataka going down, getting injured. That might have been Van Irish. We'll see. Fatemaker is moonwalking. It is a just bloody scrum over here for the ball. Victorsaurus has somehow ended up with it. Van Irish goes down. Victorsaurus is down. Eureka 2.0. Echo now with the ball, trying to go around everything. He's got some room. It's just going to be landing in front of him. It's going to slow him down. Now he's got to deal with multiple lizardmen collapsing in. Van Irish scoops up the ball, but has no skills to help him out. They have finally punched their way out of danger and are making forward progress. Now up to the midfield mark. And now the Dark Elves are collapsing in. Dark Elves are getting back up in the backfield here. To even the odds. The Whisper Reaper. No, that's Ear that got knocked out there. Van Irish again with the ball. Quick little handoff to Eureka 2.0. Rico with guard will help a little bit in a scrum like this. Ooh, he gets a little bit of space. Gets knocked down before he can do anything with it, though. 1 minute left to go. Count Echo has ended up the ball. They are so close to another touchdown. They can taste it. He gets the space. He uses the going for it. He rolls well, and he gets in the end zone, putting an end to that long, drawn-out drive. One of the things I'll be doing between seasons is I will be doing some testing on the AI settings. I would like less games where people are just standing around with the ball and not doing it. But we shall see. Dark Elves being able to fight with the dodge makes them a mess. Yeah, they are, and they punch pretty well, too. Zora, with their armor value of 10 getting injured. Oof, that's an unlucky roll for them. A little bit of a quiet start here as the ball is just left to sit. Jeff Jr. showing that he's got a little bit better hands than his dad did, scooping up the ball on the first try. Now he's got to deal with a bunch of elves and sadly just getting overwhelmed. Echo bouncing the ball into Illuminati's hands, which is the perfect player for it. Dodge and block. He's going to be difficult to deal with. Oh, but he does get knocked down. First time that the Lizardmen finally have the ball on the Elves side of the field. In scoring territory. Fatemaker with the ball as well is going to be hard to deal with. Lots of punching and pushing, but not anything getting done. Fatemaker getting some space. Getting caught by Silas Longear, the Witch Elf. And Illuminati. Can they be enough? Aragon, the Overheard, coming over. Silas Longear getting slapped down. Oh, and the strip ball coming into play there to end the half. Before Fatemaker can make a play. Ooh. Strip ball is a good skill, guys. It really is in this mode. Little things that make such a big difference. 1 injured player and 2 knockouts. Actually fairly good. Oh, 3 injuries for the Lizardmen. I didn't even see one of those. Starting to get into the reserves for the Lizardmen. They're going to start being outnumbered before long if this keeps up. And now they are the ones on defense. It's Pointus Maximus who's going to end up with it. It's very sunny. -1 to passing rolls, which actually can affect the Dark Elf team here. We have seen them do some passing. Very tenuous 2-point lead for the Dark Elves. It's Earwax Slinger 2.0, the replacement for one of the Witch Elves who died in the last game, scooping up the ball. Now dealing with a bunch of skinks. Push back a little bit, being bullied back towards their own end zone. Gets knocked down, and it's Fatemaker once again who scoops it up. Whisper Reaper 2.0 there with the strip ball skill could make it difficult. Even if he can't knock Fatemaker down, he can at least make him drop the ball. Oh, but with 3 Dark Elves, oh, they got him. Whisper Reaper 2.0 now with it with block. Fatemaker coming in for some revenge. Goes down. Jeff Jr. is there to help out. Zorus, the Eternal Bane, picking up the ball. T-Brex can't get it. Fatemaker can't get it. He's kicking it around. Fatemaker finally ends up with it. 2.5 minutes left to go in the half. Fatemaker is going to get caught by Eureka 2.0. The Urinator coming over again with the strip ball. Dark Elves can't... Oh, finally! I was about to say, can't seem to knock Fate Maker down. But they finally did. Now, kicking down Chomper. Count Echo dealing with two Sauruses, including Jeff Jr. Get some space. Fate Maker back in for some revenge. Should be enough to knock down Count Echo. Victosaurus coming over. Oh, but it's Pointus Maximus who's going to get it first. He's got block and he's got dump off, so even if he gets knocked down, he might be able to get it to somebody. Or Illuminati is in position. Minute 42 left in the half. The Dark Elves have done a fantastic job of, I want to say playing defensively, but technically they're on offense here. They've just done a fantastic job of pushing back the Lizardmen advance. Ball has yet to cross into the opposite side of the field. Earwax Slinger 2.0 getting a fractured arm. He's going to be out next game. Victosaurus finally able to get it, but the Irminator is coming in to maybe make it difficult with Strip Ball. Oh, but he gets knocked down thanks to the intervention of Fate Maker. Victosaurus the space and gets a touchdown, making it a 1-point game here. The Dark Elves have a lot of knocked out players. Looks like only one of them are coming back. They're going to be vastly outnumbered for this drive, I think. And there's another injury for the Lizardmen, but I think they're pretty much at full strength. They've got 11, at least 10 or 11 on the field. So the Dark Elves have a choice to make here. They can either try and stall, let the Lizardmen take a point here, and... oh, it's snowing now. Oh boy. We'll make going for it's hard. A failed pass there to Aragon the Overheard. Lands the ball into the hands of Zer 2.0. He's got all the speed he needs. That's going to make it a tie ball game. Okay, so now it's tied. Dark Elves need to get some of these knocked out players back into the game and just hold what they've got. Because even if they walk out of here with a tie, that's going to get them enough points to stay in first place in the league. For this week, at least. They do have two coming back in. Maybe it'll be enough. The other thing is, I think if they lose here, they're still going to probably maintain second place, so it's not a big deal even if they do lose. Depending on how Dompete Lavoie's game ends up. So I was looking at the stats. Quintus Maximus has 25 seconds left to go in the game. There's more support now for the Elves. Is it enough? Now, they could also just get really lucky and get some space and get a touchdown here. But that's going to be difficult. Ball's on the ground now with 7 seconds left. Tauruses are guarding it, and that's going to be enough. The ball goes out of bounds. Where does it end up? Oh, that's going to be it. That'll be enough for the end of the game. So we've got a tie ball game here that's going to keep Pointy-Eared Bandits in the lead, depending on how some of these other games go. I think we're definitely going to see a really cool little shakeup at the top of the leaderboard this time instead of the fighting we've been seeing in the middle. Which is exciting. All right. Game 2 in the books. Take a look at those stats. Both teams, I think, did very well. It was a tooth and nail fight for that one. Let's take a look at the crushers here. We've got the MVP going to T-Brex, putting up a goose egg everywhere else, though. The one of their touchdowns going to Victor Soros, the other one going to 2.0. Kind of had the steal there towards the end. We got a casualty out of Jeff Jr. Look at Jeff Jr. go. We got a casualty out of Fate Maker and 2 knockouts. Fairly standard performance for him. Chomper getting 2 knockouts as well. And there's not a whole lot of yards run because the ball was on the ground the majority of the time. They do have some injuries to worry about, though. So we got Magataka. Badly hurt. We've got Zoro with a smashed ankle, -1 to movement. That one's pretty tough. Got Irritator badly hurt. And we've got Ikora badly hurt. You look at the injuries for the pointy-eared bandits. They are rather injury prone, but only 2 this time. A fractured arm for Earwaxlinger 2.0. And just a badly hurt for in one ear, one of the linemen. They'll be out for a week, and they'll be back soon. Taking a look at their stats, however, got the MVP for them going to Iragon the Overheard. See the one. He's one of the guys with strip ball. A broken neck as well. Oof. Yeah, Iragon the Overheard doing a great job of just not getting any knockdowns, but stripping the ball out when it counts. Yeah, goose egg for everything else. Count Echo with the touchdown. And the Earminator with the touchdown. Earminator with a casualty and a knockout as well. A casualty for the Whisper Reaper 2.0. That's actually pretty standard for him. He's been getting a casualty, at least 1 casualty per game. Ben Irish getting a casualty and a knockout and a quick pass. Although it didn't get received, so. Pretty solid performance for both teams, just equally matching up, and we see that in the score there. So as of right now, it's going to keep their point differential at a flat 0. But just in terms of league points, Pointy-Eared Bandits is now the #1 team in the league. But only by a single point. So we'll have to see how that plays out. As we move on to our next team, or our next match, rather, we got the Meeseeks versus the Bone Malones. Meeseeks. They are down a couple of players, but nothing that they can't deal with. Bone Malones are actually down several players, so this could be a bit of a problem for them. Also, Nurgle is going to be a tough matchup for them in general. They're really going to be looking for their speed to kind of help them out here, more than anything else. Pull up the rankings on my tablet here, so better keep tabs on the stakes of these games. A win here could really help out the Bone Malones, kind of pushing them a little bit further up the bracket, maybe. And Mr. Meeseeks, unfortunately, are our lowest rated team. But I think this is actually a fairly decent matchup for them. See, we are still snowing a little bit, but it looks like things are going to be clearing out. short kick, so the ball is going to immediately be given to Sir Beats, who's just slapping down number 14 there immediately. Meeseeks have ended up with it quickly. Some punching here. Oh, Michael's right hand is dead. See if he regenerates from that. One of the things that the Meeseeks here are equipped with is they've got a lot of claw on their team, I believe. All is down. Previous blanket. That is... I'm fairly certain that's a mercenary. I don't remember that being an actual player. Yeah, he's got loner. He's a mercenary. Toes R Us getting a groin strain. I don't know how a zombie strains his groin, but there you go. Well, I guess they still have muscles. You know what? That can make sense, I suppose. Number 13, Rukov, the player formerly known as Rukov, rather, has the ball. Ball bouncing back and forth between number 11 and Mad Mullet. The ball is in a very dangerous territory for the Meeseeks. Even if they push it out of bounds here, it's going to be pretty good for them, honestly. But number 11 ends up with it, the team captain, and he's a hard target to knock down. The ball is relatively safe. When he gets some space, moving up the field, he's going to have to deal with Sir Beats now. Best Boy coming in, just chasing down number 11. He's getting some push results. Kind of just moving him up the field. Exactly what number 11 wants. He is now slithering his way into enemy territory now. Gonna have to deal with point to ball, Bane to main. He just walks right past some of them. Bane to main finally managing to stop him. Number 11 is a hard target to deal with on his own. Mercenary previous blanket fighting it out with number 11. Neither of them able to get anything done. Number 11 gets some space though. He's got a blocker in number 17. And it's a touchdown for the team captain of the Meeseeks. That's big points for him. Like how he just throws the ball away. Meeseeks taking an early lead. Oh, they do have a dead Meeseeks on their hands as well, so it looks to be even in terms of deaths. Eye for an eye, as they say, or, you know, zombie for a zombie. Oh, there's another death as well. And an injury. I didn't even see those. Big Boy putting the biscuit in the basket. Yeah, something like that. Oh yeah, Meeseeks definitely winning. The mercenary going down with the fractured skull. The Meeseeks taking this undead team apart. Necromantic team. Excuse me. There's a distinction. 18, one of the newest riders of the team, ends up with it, and he's got some space. He can manage to go for it there, and he does. That's going to be 2 points on the board for the Meeseeks, doing very well on the defensive side of the ball to start this game off. One dead for the Meeseeks. We'll have to see which one that is. Crazy. 2 dead for the Necromantic team. Regeneration did not help them. So Beats is just going to look at it. He's going to push the ball out of bounds to see where it ends up. Oh, it ends up in Meeseek's territory. Kind of effectively putting the Bone Malones on defense here now. Oh, point to ball. The team captain, point to ball, is dead. Will he regenerate? He probably won't do the team captain thing next year. It's kind of become... It just hasn't really come up enough for it to be that big of a deal. Oh, and point the ball does regenerate from being dead. And it looks like he may be back in the game as well. No injury. Number 9 just kind of catching that ball in stride as it kind of bounces into his hands. But the Bone Malones are fighting this out pretty good. 6 seconds left in this half, though. Not going to be able to make anything happen. Just going to sit there and we're going to go right into halftime. Point to ball, escaping death somehow. They are now on the defensive side of the ball. Another reason I wanted to mess with the AI settings is see what makes it so that being on defense is just so much better. And I literally just think it's the aggressiveness of the AI to activate players. It seems like on offense they want to try and get set up and then make something happen. But the defense is just trying to get to the ball. The ball, because it's been kicked, is already on the side of the field they need it to be. So we need to somehow tweak it to maybe make defense a little less aggressive on average. Make offense a little more aggressive on average. Oh no, number 12 has got all the space in the world he needs. He runs out of movement though, and is finally brought down by Best Boy and Bane the Main. Best Boy ends up with it. Gonna have to deal with number 9 and number 17 coming in to support those. Her Beats is getting up, that's gonna help. Number 14 crashing in. Oh, Best Boy does get knocked out. And the Meeseeks kind of have the ball cordoned off here a little bit. Bane the Main getting knocked down. Dentist's best friend coming over to try and scoop up the ball, but can't quite get to it in time. Number 14 gets it. And he's within scoring distance. He just has to deal with this zombie. He gets the space, and that's going to be touchdown number 3 for the Meeseeks. Could this be where the Meeseeks turn their season around right here at the end? Quick little handoff from Bane the Main over to Best Boy, hoping to use the extra speed, I think. But they've got a whole host of Meeseeks to get through first. They're cutting off the side here. Hole has open. Oh, no. Best Boy is badly hurt, but he manages to kill number 18 in the process. How's that for an eye for an eye? Blood for blood. Bane the Main has got it. He's going to make a long, sweeping run here to try and get out of danger. Oh, the ball gets in the hands of number 17, who only has There's another dead Meeseeks. Number 17 is dead. Okay, the Bone Malone's kind of taking their pound of flesh on the way out here. A minute and a half left to go. I don't think they're going to make the 3 points they need to win this game, but I'm going to make sure the Meeseeks feel it for next week. And Sir Beats has got all the room in the world to run. He just has to worry about number 12. It's going to block him, and then the horde of Meeseeks coming in to help. But a lucky push here could be all he needs. No, he does go down. A minute and 10 seconds left. The ball now back in the hands of the Meeseeks. I don't think this guy is supposed to be here. The main coming over. Meeseeks are just content to hold it here for the last 30 seconds. I mean, they don't need to score. They're just going to do some damage. Mad Mullet now getting injured. This has probably been like the most violent game across both sides. 3 dead on one end, 2 dead, 3 injuries on the other. The main ends up with it. He just needs to get a little bit of space from these Meeseeks, and he could have a touchdown here, but he does go down with 3 seconds left in the game. That will be it, I think. What a match. Meeseeks turning it around, but paying for it with 3 dead waters. I'll be honest, that was a game going into it that I was kind of just like, you know, it's a game, but that kind of turned out really good. Tough loss for the Bone Malones, going down to the lowest rated team in the league. But like I said, they kind of took their pound of flesh in response. Look at those stats for the Bone Malones, our losing team here. Bane the Main getting MVP. Not much else. Best Boy getting a casualty and one of the kills for the game. Point to ball narrowly, I can't speak today. Narrowly avoiding his own death today. Very much on the table given everything else. The other kill going to Dentist's best friend. Dentist's best friend, no, it was Michael's right hand who died. And then looks like they had some mercenaries and they picked up number 13 here, but I think their roster is full. Well, not anymore because they had some deaths. Number 13 here is hilarious because he started off as a beastman in the Knickknacks, got killed by the Meeseeks, became number 13, a zombie. Now he got killed by a necromantic team, so the zombie became a zombie of a zombie. Which I think is hilarious. I don't need his stats in this game because he's just being added to the roster. I think I will allow that to happen. I will allow that roster addition to happen if there's space after everything. Yeah, that's just silly in the best way. Game 3. I'll take a look at those injuries, by the way. So Best Boy is injured. Badly hurt, though. He'll be back soon enough. Michael's right hand, the zombie, dead. Level 2 zombie. Gone. Hate to see it. Mad Mullet, badly hurt. Toes R Us, badly hurt. The groin strain. Too cool to ghoul is the ghoul who died. He was too cool for life, apparently. Unlife. Whatever you want to call it. Nothing lingering though, which is good. Oh, but the Mr. Meeseeks team ending up with 3 deaths, 17, 18, and 13, Rukov. Which, to be fair, it's all Rotters, and they're all level 1 Rotters, so it's not a big loss for them. They can be easily replaced, but still. It took some damage there. Taking a look at their stats, however, the touchdown out of number 18. That died? Number 18 got a touchdown and died. Number 10 with the MVP and a casualty caused, nothing else. Number 11, the team captain with a touchdown and 2 casualties and 1 of those kills. Number 12 with a casualty and 1 of those kills. Solid, very solid showing for the Meeseeks. I'm happy for them. They've had a rough season so far. This is going to give them another big win and hopefully some momentum going into the next few weeks. Up next, we got another pretty important game. We got Gouda Game versus 9-inch Males. If Gouda Game can come out with a win here, let's see. That's going to put them up there in contention for either 2nd or 3rd place, I think. So we'll set that up real fast. Skaven. They are coming into this game at full strength as well. No injuries last week. Looking to see how they do. Meanwhile, 9-inch Males, I think, has 1 person down, but is otherwise going to be coming into it at full strength. And they've had somewhat of a resurgence the last few games. So they're not going to be the easiest opponent. They're fairly even in terms of team value, which is saying something against a Skaven team. Yeah, I think this ought to be a really good one to look forward to. Good luck to both teams. Get this going. And the kick. I changed the camera there. It's going to be Gouda Game on defense for this first half here. Or for this first drive, rather. And they're using their lightning speed to already get into the middle of 9-inch Males. Blue has the ball. Is going to be stopped by Ric Flair, and the Undertaker should be enough to take down that rat. And they do. Debris is going to walk up, scoop up the ball, go face to face with the Undertaker. It's never where you want to be. He gets some space, tries to go for it, but Ric Flair manages to catch him. Ferocious Fabio is there. Oh, he gets away. 3 is going to make a quick touchdown number 1. Good game. They are deadly on defense because of their speed. They're just so good about getting into the backfield off the rip. Whereas the Chaos Dwarves we've seen kind of tends to be one of the sleepier teams on the offensive side of things. Both teams, though, looking strong in terms of reinforcements. So I think if the Chaos Dwarfs can get some injury rolls going their way, like, they could turn this around and just outnumber the Rats. We shall see. It's Dwight, the assistant to the regional manager, holding on to the ball there. Again, looking very sleepy. Oh, and it's going to be Dwight who goes down with the first injury. Bree going to be scooping it up again, and there's no one to stop him. Undulating Uther can't catch up with him. That's going to be 2 points through the game, right off the rip. Those Bull Centaurs are, stat line wise, supposed to be really good, but AI just doesn't use them very well. Got some extra hobgoblins coming in though to fill in for the injured one. It's gonna be a very short kick. That's dangerous. Ferocious Fabio with sure hands gonna scoop it up immediately. Gonna be dealing with a swarm of rats though, and he does go down. Oh, Gorg scoops it up, and Gorg just gets a little bit of space. Ball goes down, it's now in the hands of Ric Flair. Or I could even get my sentence out. But Gorg got some space there, he's gone. He's so fast. Gorg, I think, is the highest scorer in the league. Blue now with the ball. Gonna scoop it up, and just, there's nothing stopping him. No sideline changes. Just some blisteringly fast drives, which are what the Skaven are good at. Keep having a sneeze almost. The Undertaker has the ball, just standing there. Oh, Blue just comes over and knocks him down. Something happened somewhere. Macho Man really needs to get in the ball. Start punching out some rats, but already going down 4 is real tough. Might be a blowout for Skaven. One knocked out player is coming back. No sideline changes for anybody else. Maybe Toby from HR who manages to get their grubby little claws on the ball this time, but Macho Man coming over to be a force. There we go. With his assistance, they kind of clear a lane. Toby from HR finally carrying the ball onto the opposite side of the field. We've got a rat going down. It's Bree with a serious concussion. Oh, the Storm Vermin. As it is going to have to deal with the Undertaker and Ric Flair getting double teamed. Macho Man going 1v1 against Gouda. Or trying to sneak his way around, but the Undertaker ends up with it. Did Gouda just injure the Minotaur? Oh my god. The team mascot. The Bull Centaur finally doing what they're supposed to do, carrying the ball on deep into enemy territory now. There is a whole swarm of rats that he has to deal with. I think Duran ends up with it. Ooh, and he's going to be tough. +1 to strength and +1 to agility. There's enough rats there to overwhelm even him. Rico getting knocked out. Amer, the newest Storm Vermin on the team, scooping up the ball, is going to try and make a play here. Ric Flair has got the ball. The other Bull Centaur are going to try and make a run at it. We are now going to be moving into overtime unless that exact thing happens. Oh my god. Oh, these poor Chaos Dwarves, man. They've just been so unlucky. And I really just think it's a lot of it is just whatever mode the AI chooses itself to be in. They're generally kind of a sleepy team, and the Minotaur getting injured there is just, my God. That should not have happened. Like, that is a statistical probability that happened. Let's see how the Dwarves do on the defensive side of the ball. Maz tries to scoop it up. It gets pushed out of bounds, and it ends up onto the side of the Dwarves, which effectively kind of makes GG on the defensive side, and they're very good at that. Jack, who I haven't even really seen getting involved, is now here. Good to see him. Luscious Lorenzo getting injured. Somebody check these rats' cheese. I think they are juicing. They're putting warp zone in there. Caught going down with an injury. Or is finally doing what they should be doing and actually hurting people here. Toby from HR down. Kevin's Chili is there. Kolb going down with an injury. Now getting involved though. Cheese is all USDA graded. It's perfectly safe for human consumption. I don't know about that. Kevin's Chili, once again being splattered all over the ground. Blue has ended up with it. Dealing with some of the off-cast and Dank Duran. And getting knocked down. Toby from HR has got the ball. Gonna make a run for it, but there's plenty of rats in front of him. He goes down. Amir trying to scoop up. He's got 4 SPP from what? Did he get 2 casualties in this game? Did he get? He might have gotten a touchdown. Oh, but he's in prime surfing territory. Ric Flair and Jim the Salesman. Oh, he does get surfed. He's fine. He'll be out this drive, but he'll be back. Buddha finally getting knocked down a peg by undulating Luther there. Toby from HR sneaking away. It's gonna be the throwers, Rico and Cree. Rico, the team captain for the Skaven, getting involved. Lori coming in to help, but Pam the receptionist doing their best to get Toby from HR some space. Toby goes down. We've got a minute and a half left. The game is for sure out of reach of the Dwarves, but they could at least put some points on the board. They just can't seem to keep these Skaven down. He is down. Pam the receptionist. From HR, one of these two in good position. They just got to deal with this one last rat. Fine, it's 2 rats. Voluptuous Vlad, their best guy forward, is down. Jack is coming over. Lori now, the ball is going to be crossing back into enemy territory. These Bull Centaurs are just playing too defensive, man. I don't know why the AI uses them. They should be going for the ball. Raised down. Dank Duran is going to be the one to try and scoop this ball up. Having trouble. Toby from HR is the one who finally ends up with it. He's got some space. Rico getting blocked by Voluptuous Vlad. Great blocking. That's going to be a point on the board for the Chaos Dwarves. Oh, and there's an injury back there. I think that's on a rat. Not sure who it is. 2 really violent games back to back. Kind of love to see it. Oh, somebody's dead. Is that Rico? Did Rico die? The team captain? Four injuries for the Chaos Force, including that fucking Minotaur dude. I still can't believe that. The single rat is Gouda. Oh, it's Kree. Okay, it's fine. It's just the backup thrower. But still, it's a dead rat. Oh, and we got an event that killed the time. I mean, the 9-inch males couldn't have gotten another point, I don't think. But holy crap, what a game. That game felt like it flew by. It did not feel like 2 4-minute halves. Take a look at those stats for the 9-inch males. We had the 1 touchdown out of Toby from HR, the MVP going to Jim the salesman, who did get a casualty and a knockout. Pam the receptionist is the one who killed Kree. Voluptuous Vlad with 2 casualties on his own, 1 from Ferocious Fabio. "74 yards run from Toby from HR, just carrying this team on his back the whole way. Just wasn't enough. Too sleepy in the first half when they were playing offense. One of these days I'll figure out how those AI modes work. I see them in the DB. I can mess with those values. I just don't know what they do. Oof. 4 injuries. Broken ribs on Macho Man. He'll miss the next game, but he'll be back otherwise. Gouged eye on Lorenzo. Another gouged eye on Kevin Chili. Pinched nerve for Dwight. So nothing lingering, which is good for the 9-inch males, but still they'll be down 4 players, including one of their heavy hitters next game. That hate to see it. Good game, on the other hand, did not get out unscathed either. Moz with badly hurt. Kolb with badly hurt. Smashed collarbone on Gouda. Oh no. Gouda injured the Minotaur and then got his own collarbone smashed. He is down to 2 strength. Might be time for the team mascot to retire, unfortunately, even though he's level 3. Free, the thrower, is dead. Free, a serious concussion, -1 to armor value, taken down to armor value 6 is tough to see. And then finally, badly hurt for Caught. Ooh, that is a tough game for them. Some tough injuries. Stats-wise, though, String getting the MVP and not much else. 2 casualties going to Amer. That's why he had 4 SVPs. That's a great start for him. Gouda, the big 1 casualty on the Minotaur. 3 with a casualty, and 3 of their 4 touchdowns. The other one going to Blue. I agree, was really the MVP there. Great. He did great. Good in there. All right. We're now going to be moving on to game 5. I think we just kind of keep things rolling here. We're actually slightly ahead of schedule. We've got the Brazen Bulls going up against Petit. This is another one which can kind of affect the rankings here, so I'm excited to see. Bulls coming off of a loss last game, but it was fairly close. Midnight Maulers. They did lose a player, but they have since replaced that player, so they're basically back at full strength. Bloodbowl is our undead team. Only 100-point difference in team value between the two. Now, Tempete Loire is down both of their mummies. One of those mummies has been consistently one of the most dangerous players in the league. Like, I think Lizard is number 1, and then Philome is like 2 or 3 kind of in that realm. So that's an unfortunate loss for them this week. Especially with Rufus, who is another one of those most dangerous players. He is going to be on a tear this game, most likely. Well, let's see what happens. Could be wrong. A win here for the Bulls would be good. They've been on a bit of a losing streak. A win for De Petit Loire could be the difference between first and second place here. Now that those other matches have gone through. A win definitely puts them in first place territory. But it's going to be an uphill climb for them. They are weakened this game. They'll be on defense first as they kick the ball off. Rufus immediately rolling Wild Animal, so he's not going to be super useful. He quickly gets out of that, and he's making his presence felt already. It's Harry and Congo 1v1 here around the ball, but some support is coming in. Mambu trying to sneak around, but can't quite get there. Rufus already being a problem in the center of the field, exactly where he wants to be. Zoltan Bloodmaster, who ends up with the ball first. Looks like Horn Demons are, frankly, correctly, in my opinion, wanting to punch it out, but an unlucky knockdown happens, and Mambu steals it, and he's going to take it in for touchdown number 1. Don't disagree with the strategy. They should, on paper, outpunch this this undead team here. They got the wrong roll at the wrong time, leading to an easy score. Nothing serious happening on the rosters for either side. But Loire getting a successful defensive up there. We Brangus this time, and ends up with the ball first. Looking a little sleepy. Once again, going to be Mambu getting deep into enemy territory here. But Brangus gets the space he needs, and blocking. He's going to push this up to the center of the field. Oh, and Congo is dead, thanks to Rufus there, most likely, or maybe Sigrat Demon Fire. They're both very tough players. Who gets the HVP here in a moment, and we'll see if Congo actually stays dead or if he regenerates. Soren has somehow ended up with the ball and all of that nonsense up there, but now it's in the hands of Zanik Slaypit. I think that Congo is dead. Lost. I think he's like level 2 or 3. He's level 2. Oh, Imlan Thronekeeper going down to PA. Zanik Slaypit going down. Down Petro and Mambu. Mambu is the zombie of the hour, it seems. Oh, ball gets put into Rufus's hands there. That should be an easy touchdown. Yeah, he gets it. That's a great touchdown for Rufus as well. It's a great SPP for him. My people need me. Farewell. stacking up injuries on the side of the Brazen Bulls, but they've got some people there to keep them going at full strength. Only one dead so far for the Law. Tie ball game. Horned Demons now on the defensive side of the ball. Marasa has got it. They're really struggling on the front line without those two mummies there for that extra strength. Rufus is just able to tear right through the center line. Ogun getting knocked out with the ball. So the ball's going to go out of bounds again. See where it ends up now. Okay. Kind of mid to Petloa territory, but Dabal is the only one around. Uses all of his movement to get to it, though, and now has to deal with a couple of bulls. He manages to get away from them, leaving 3 of them in the dust. It's that ghoul speed. Though he is actually -1 speed for some reason. I'll have to look into that. Brangus with the ball. Going toe-to-toe with Mambu once again, I think for like the 3rd time this game. He gets the space he needs. He's got the blocking from Mary he needs. That's going to be a touchdown number 2 for the Bulls. Putting them up by 1. Two injuries thus far for the Bulls. Still 1 man on the sidelines ready to come in. I think they're still operating as an 11-man team currently. Loa doing pretty well to stay in it. Still in the first half, though. Brangus, the one who scored the touchdown, kicking the ball off. Nice. Solid kick. Oh, but Rufus is almost immediately on top of the ball carrier. Oh, but Lasaren managing to 1v1 Rufus and knock him down. Incredible. Now a bunch of pit fighter cultists on top of Marasa, pushing him around. He does have block. Mary coming in to help out. Rufus back on his feet. Continuing to be a problem. Getting some revenge on Lasaren there. It's Krathul, Death Spoiler. He's going to scoop the ball up. Blocks are there. And it's another touchdown for the Bulls. Rufus is terrifying. He's so big. Up by 2. Short kick. Put it right in easy grasp. Rufus. Oh, he almost ended up with it. That would have been terrible. Ends up in the hands of Sigurd Demonfire, who manages to hold on to it. He's surrounded by enemies, though, knocking out Mambu. Ooh, cool Death Spoiler going down with the injury. He'll be out for the rest of the game. Rufus has ended up with the ball. He's surrounded. Don Petro is dead. Rufus is stunned. Fuckway ends up with it. Don Petro stayed dead. Lasaren down with a broken jaw. Don Petro has regenerated. He'll be back. Oh my, but this game is blowing wide open in terms of those injuries. That's going to take us into halftime. Holy crap. A very violent last minute of that half. Well, nothing sticking for Depetalois, as per usual. Regeneration doing quite well for them this time around. They're in trouble because they are on offense once again. Ball's going to go right to Dan Petro, who's going to catch it. Nice and easy. And an interesting decision to run it right up the middle, right into the loving embrace of Rufus. There he is, ended up with it. We haven't called his name out too much this season. Was coming back to assist. Now the ball is on the ground. Bulls are doing a good job of just boxing out. Okay. Fifth time's the charm for Rufus. Oh my god. Who died? Zoltan Bloodmaster died? Rufus has been knocked out. Oh, they're going to take Zoltan Bloodmaster for themselves. Make up for the loss of Congo, I suppose. Don Petro now with the ball. Rufus being knocked out is a big detriment to the Corn Demons, but they've got plenty of other really good players, so they will be fine, I think, with this drive. They may give up a point here. Not if Brangus has something to say about it. Got Don Petro pushed up against the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see where it ends up. An easy spot for the Bulls to pick it up, but they've got some work to do if they want to get it up the field. Brazilian NPA chasing down Zarkan Pitmaster. Betsy, the replacement Corn Herald, is running far away from the ball, but doesn't need it. Zarkan Pitmaster is just going to take it to the house. Touchdown number 4 for the Bulls. I think that's going to put it out of reach for Dembélé, unfortunately. Yes, indeed. That's 3 pit fighter cultists down with an injury, 1 death. Rufus getting back into the game, though. And nothing has changed on the Depetalois side. Rufus just thundering up the field, getting into the backlines, finally getting knocked down by a whole host of the undead. Mary going 1v1 against Don Petro. Don Petro comes out on top, stunning Mary. What's Don Petro going to do now? Rufus is back up. Probably going to go this side and give it to PA, honestly. Rufus, content in the mosh pit, punching out everyone around him. Mary has been given time to get back up and go 1v1 against Don Petro once more. Petro getting a little bit of movement. Oh, and Don Petro is once again potentially dead. See if he regenerates a second time. Boy has ended up with it. Getty going down, getting knocked out. Don Petro has once again regenerated. And not only that, without an injury, he'll be back next drive. If there is a next drive, there's a minute left. Ogway trying to get it over to PA to continue the drive, but just fumbling it terribly. Brangus now with it at midfield. Macking down Marasa. Lagoon getting injured and then immediately regenerating. Walking off the field. Mbala now with the ball. We'll give it to them at the wall. They have stayed scrappy. They're going to take the loss, but not without doing some damage of their own. Kind of been the story of the day. Oh, Zarkan Thronekeeper managed to scoop it up. That's going to be one final touchdown, bringing it to 5 points for the Bulls. Little insult to injury there at the very end. We're stuttering a little bit. I'll have to restart the game after this. A little too deep on the kick there. They're going to give it immediately to Dan Petro. He's going to start moving up the field. Not going to be able to do much with only 2 seconds left, and the ball goes down with strip ball, and that will be the end of the game. Brazen Bulls 5-1, coming out with a big win for them. But at a bit of a cost. They'll be hurting next week. Chugging for some reason. Take a look at those stats real quick. For Dempet Loa, losing team here, we got the MVP going to Ogun. We got 2 knockouts, got a few yards run, and then managed to get himself hurt. He did regenerate, though. The only touchdown going to Mambu. Successful reception going to Dan Petro, a casualty going to him as well. 50 yards run, getting killed twice and coming back from the dead. Dembala was the one who got in a death for the Dempet Law here. PA with a casualty. Agwe with the casualty. The Ghoul is actually stepping up and doing some work today. And they do potentially pick up Zoltan Bloodmaster. Actually, I think their roster is full, so I don't think they'll actually get him. And of course, their one casualty for the day was Congo, who is dead, unfortunately, and he will stay dead. Brazen Bulls, however, Rufus getting a touchdown, getting a kill, 2 casualties, 2 knockouts, some yards run, getting knocked out twice himself. Brangus with a touchdown and a knockout. Mary with 3 casualties to her name and some yards run. Knockout for Ziggurat Demon Fire. We got a touchdown each at a Zarkan Pitmaster and Zarkan Thronekeeper, the Zarkan brothers. Zoltan Bloodmaster getting the MVP. He was the one who died, right? Oh no, the MVP going to waste on a dead player. You hate to see it. And the final touchdown going to Krathul, a death spoiler. I think it's the first time we've seen that this season. Out of 10 weeks, an MVP going to a dead player. We've seen it go to a mercenary, but to a dead player is a different kind of hurt. That got you look at their injuries. Sonic Slay Pit, badly hurt. Badly hurt for Imlon Thronekeeper, and pinch nerve for Krathul Death Spoiler, and yes, the death for Zoltan Bloodmaster. Unfortunate. Right. I think we're good to just keep on rocking and rolling. I am going to take a very quick break to restart the game since it seems to be chugging a little bit. See if that helps us out. So I will be right back. Stay tuned because we got 2 more games left to go for today. Okay. And we should be back. Yeah, should be back. All right. We've got Rathas Raiders going up against Mythics. Both of these teams have had somewhat of a tough time this season. Rathas Raiders more so. Had kind of a period where they were just losing people left and right. They had to spend a lot in getting back up to strength. And as you can see, they're floating just below TV 1000. So they're quite far behind in terms of team value, not really getting much level ups. They're having a real tough time. Mythics have been doing a little bit better in terms of winning games. They've been unlucky in terms of FVP gain, however, so they're a little slower on the uptake in terms of that. And they're sitting kind of solidly towards the bottom of the middle of the leaderboard here. So I suspect this game to go the way of the Mythics. They are, I think, on paper, the better team. We'll see what happens here. And it will be the Raiders kicking the ball off to start this game here. Ends up in the hands of Hera. Looking a little sleepy out there. Yeah, this is sort of an unfortunate thing for the Amazons that I've seen a lot too, where they just kind of sit there. Like they're waiting on something to be set up, but I don't know what they're waiting for. Raw is going to pick it up and make it a quick point for the Rathas Raiders. And honestly, that's just down to AI. Had one knocked out Amazon who will be coming back into the game, no problem. That's it. Oops. Trying to plug in my headset and ended up knocking my controller off. Screw things up. But the Amazons have the ball now and are actually making some progress, moving the ball up. Does get knocked down, however, though, and it looks like it'll be Bob trying to go for the ball. Oh no, Pelican is dead. Kaw ends up with it, and there's no one over there except for Tina, who can't quite catch him. Kaw is going to make this a 2-point game. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about the Mythics being the favored one to take this. But we'll see, there's still plenty of game left to play. Mythics haven't been on defense yet. Like I said, I think a lot of teams just kind of get screwed out on the offensive side of the ball by the AI. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to give it to Hera. Runs right into Brad with just gives her a right hook. Puts her down immediately. Kaw ends up with it. These skeletons just picking up the ball like ballers today. Amazons unfortunately getting pushes when they need to get knockdowns. Finally getting Kawed down, and there's just a whole host of Amazons here. They've got plenty of support, but they need to be moving the ball up the field. They're getting boxed in. Law going down, getting injured, but immediately regenerating. Oh, the skeleton's actually ending up on top of these exchanges here and gets another point. Not watching anymore. Yeah, it might be the worst idea. What was that? Was that a thrown rock? It was a throw rock. Knock Cleo down, unfortunately. They're already struggling on the front line. To be fair, those Team Guardians are really tough. They're very strong. Tough stat line for them to deal with. Oh no, Phoebe going down, getting injured. He's going to once again scoop the ball up. He's already set for a level up from this game only. Pretty sure he's got some other SPP from earlier games. Verdaddy getting slapped down. Aloha gets their hands on the ball. They're being boxed in by Tomb Guardians and Skeletons. Aloha trying to get around, but having nowhere to run. Aloha going down to an injury to Jimothy. Is going to scoop it up and make it a 4-point game. Oh, given their track record, this is not the type of performance I expected from the Raiders. One dead, 2 injured Amazons. A little over a minute still left to go in this first half. What's the AI waiting for? Paul going down with an injury. Put him down now that he has 3 touchdowns this game. Bob, the heroic Tomb Guardian for the team, somehow has not leveled up yet. He's been so instrumental in every game that the Raiders have played, even the tough ones. Athena has ended up with the ball. She is moving up the field, finally going to be crossing into enemy territory, or stopped right at the midfield. Getting bullied backwards, trying to find some room to move around. People here. Just getting bullied into a whole host, and yeah, I don't know what the Amazon AI is doing. Right side though is they're now going to be on the defensive side of the ball, which is generally the better place to be in this game. And they're faster than the Skeletons. So a 4-point deficit is not the worst thing in the world. We'll see if their AI is better suited for defense here today. Kick goes out of bounds. They're going to give it to Jimothy with a G. They're trying to press in. Looks like Oba is going to find the hole. Get onto the ball carrier. That's exactly what they need. Ooh, we got a dead skeleton. Seems kind of ridiculous to say. Dead skeleton. Oba going one-on-one with Jimothy. Can't quite knock him down. Gives him a push. Who's gonna get some room. Bill is going to Atina, it looks like, who's now dealing with Bob. Bob managing to get past halfway mark. Jimothy drops it, and it's Oba still trying to chase down this ball carrier. Oh, and the unlucky push. Oh no, it's going to put the Amazons back on the offense. I gotta hand it to the Raiders. They're firing all full, on full cylinders here. So, nothing to be said for them. Doing quite well after struggling. Ball sails out, so they're gonna give it to Hera. Hera is going to be moving the ball up the field. He gets stopped by Skelly though. Has some blockers. Getting it to midway. Gonna get swarmed, unfortunately. Timothy now with the ball. Anthea and Britannia and Oba and Isis getting involved. Hera, once again. Ooh. Oh, nobody can pick up the ball, apparently. Leah finally scoops it up, and depending on the route she chooses, that's gonna be... Oh my gosh, I thought she had it. He gets stopped at the last possible second. Oba scoops the ball up, though. There's still a chance for a touchdown here for the Amazons to get them back on defense. Oba gets pushed. Why'd you go back in? Oh, what is the Oba gets pushed. Going back in. Why are you going back in? Touchdown. It's right there. Skelly with a Y, now with the ball. There's plenty of ladies there to stop him. Finally getting a touchdown. But with 4 more that they need to even tie the game, I think the game is out of reach for them, unfortunately. Unless they can make some real short work. Managing to keep the sideline situation the same, at least after a kind of disastrous first half. Lee with the Y has got it. Costa quickly picking up. That's the kind of drive that they need. They've got to get away from all of this. Holding them up even for a few seconds is... stop them, I think, from winning. But Ancosta gets the space. She's going to get a touchdown here. Bringing it within 3. What you're laughing about. We've got a long ways to go. Sideline situation should not have changed for either team. That's the same, so we'll keep moving forward. Mid-range kick, going to be picked up by Skelly. Isis, Oba, and Daiti. Tanya and Atina coming in as well, swarming the skeleton. all bouncing all over the place. Someone paid the girls to take the L. I would like to know where that money is. Yeah, indeed. Ball is out of bounds. See where it ends up. In Amazon territory. Funding cheese research. It all comes back to the cheddar. Follow the cheese, see where it leads. Is just content to just stare longingly at the ball. Not do anything about it. Finally, she's moving. With 8 seconds left in the game, she's got the ball. Now she's got to deal with Bob. And Costa taking the brunt of that. Oh, now she's got to deal with Bob and Brad. It's Brad now. Raw coming in to about. You're in overtime. Ball hits the ground. This game is over. It's a heroic effort by Anthea, but yeah, futile in the end. Oh, going down by 3. Lots of speculation about that cheese. You know what? We can call that commentator's curse. I did explicitly say that I thought the Mythics had this one in the bag at the very beginning. I'll take, you know, I'll take the blame for that one. Take a look at those stats. Mythics. The MVP going to Athena. Got some yards run, but precious little else. Touchdown each out of Oba and Encosta. Encosta getting a casualty. Athena being the one to get the death for her team, and Isis getting another casualty there. Spreading some running around, but yeah, just getting kind of stunted that whole game. And of course, we are losing Pelican here, one of the catchers. Level 1, didn't really get much in the way of SVP, I don't think, all season, so not a huge loss. Badly hurt on Phoebe, and badly hurt on Loha, so nothing lasting. Raiders, we've got a dead skeleton, low 1 skeleton, not too bad, and a smashed hit, so -1 movement on call, an already fairly slow skeleton. That's for them though. We got MVP going to Law, who got hurt and nothing else. Touchdown out of Raw, touchdown out of Ta, 3 out of Ka. The skeleton showing up big in this game. Giga Chad getting the kill on Pelican. Casualty out of Jimothy, casualty out of Raw. It's the most alive that this team has seen in quite some time. But with that, we move on to our final game of the evening. It's the Knickknacks versus the Midnight Maulers. This should be a fairly good game, I think. Chaos Team. There we go. Chaos against the Vampires. Midnight Maulers have had a solid showing in the last few games, even though I think they've come out with a couple losses. However, today they're actually down, I think, 4 or 5 of their thralls. So they're really going to be heavily leaning into some mercenaries today. They're going to be heavily leaning into their vampires to get the job done. Meanwhile, the Knickknacks are a very dangerous team. Like any of the Chaos teams that we have, they are very punchy. They will do some damage here today, most likely. But they're kind of like neck and neck in terms of the leaderboard, so this will be a really good shakeup for their positions in particular. The Knickknacks are sitting at 4 wins. No, the Knickknacks are sitting at 5 wins, so a win here will put them into that top 4, top 5 kind of spot. Minotaur kicking off. Nice short kick. It's going to go right to Draxakla, one of their better players. It's a good person to have the ball in the hands of early in the game. Oh, as he is dip, ducking, dodging around, he finally gets taken down. That is a mercenary, Chaos Warrior. Knickknacks picked up some mercenaries because of their team value being so low. They're also down some people this game. They had a death recently. I haven't really heard much from either of these two managers, by the way, so if you're watching, both of these teams need a little bit of maintenance. Gonna be Murgar who ends up with the ball. Draxakula and Count Passula gonna track him down. Blitzula in the mix as well. It's gonna be Count Passula who ends up with the ball. There's a whole host of Chaos Warriors getting involved. Draxakula having to make the long run around to get on top of Greg Stevens here. And Brawl getting knocked out. Numbers going the way of the Chaos team so far, but really good pieces still on the board for the Vampires. Count Blitzula now with dodge and block. Getting knocked down. The Mercenary has the ball. Hate to see that, but it'll be Sanguine Sanders who stops it here. Got a Mercenary Thrall coming over. Just getting pushed. Can't quite get the knockdown here. They finally do. Ball is now out of play. Let's see where it ends up. Actually, a terrible spot for the Vampires. They just have no other defenders. Charles Litzbit ends up with it. He's got the block from Grog. That's going to be a touchdown for the Knickknacks to start this game off. Some knocked out players who just aren't going to be getting back into the game. Going to be Draxakula once again who's going to start us off here. Picking up the ball. He's got a lot to deal with. Tries to use Sanguine Sanders as a blocker here, try to get around him. Finally managed to do so. Ooh, and the mercenary gets injured. Oh, they use the apothecary on the mercenary? Are you kidding me? That hurts me. It hurts my soul seeing that. Draxacula. Knowing why, he's a very dangerous player. The dodge and block, just getting out of the way. Slowly making his way downfield, using those pushes to his advantage. I think if you give this guy sidestep, he might be, like, almost impossible to deal with. Because then he can better choose where he's getting pushed to. There we go, the dodge block combo coming into play there. Putting the vampires on the board. Despite their shortcomings in terms of player count right now. Ball goes out of bounds, so they're going to give it to whoever they want. They're going to give it to Skriel. It's going to be... Essentially a problem, as these vampires are able to get onto them so quickly. It's going to be Thrall. He's going to try and pick it up. Can Rog the Impaler... Oh, Rog the Impaler rolls Wild Animal there at the worst possible time. Giving Thrally the chance to get into the end zone to take the lead. No changes on the sidelines for either team, so we'll just keep moving right along. These vampires are menaces. Sanguine Sanders, if he picks that ball up. Oh, if he picked that ball up, that would have been another touchdown here. That's okay. They will now be on the defensive side of the ball, starting things off. And we've seen that they've done quite well with that so far. It'll be a question of whether or not the Knickknacks can kind of bounce back and get something happening on offense. Only a 1-point game. So there's still very much a chance for really either team to kind of blow this game wide open. It's going to be the Brawls this time who are getting into the backfield. Looks like Bait Basher using Strip Ball there to great effect. Ball is now behind them. Oh, that's easy pickings for Draxacula. Only has to deal with 1 or 2 people, maybe. He's got the space. That's touchdown number 3 for the Vampires. Easy. Hello kick. They can win the engagement on the front lines, which it looks like they're going to. They've got a chance to make something happen here on offense. But all of their support just walks away. injured Thrall mercenary there for Brog the Impaler, I believe. Another injured Thrall mercenary for Son of Rukov that time, I think. Urgar has ended up with it. Just too captivating their sparkles to not go after it instead of the ball. Something like that. Something like that. Actually, once again, ending up with the ball, but now has to deal with two vampires. Draxacula once again. That's it. Ooh, he gets knocked down. Ball is out of bounds. Let's see where it ends up. It's just those vampire pieces are just so good that even with them being sorely outnumbered, they're able to get to the places they need to be and make something happen. But at this point, the Knickknacks literally just need to walk up the field. There's just no way for them to cover the entire field. That's a dead mercenary chaos warrior though. Something. Pete getting that kill. Strip ball happening there. Draxacula ends up with it. They've also got a really good set of skills. They have strip ball on some people. Who has strip ball here? The one Thrall they still have left is strip ball. And it's such a clutch skill in something like this. Pete ends up with it somehow in the midst of all those bodies. He just gets a perfect pass and a perfect catch to Draxacula. Outnumbered, but not outmatched. It's Draxacula versus the world. He's going for it. He's 2 spaces away from glory here. And he's got it. What a play. I wish we could go back and see that entire thing play out. Holy shit. The perfect pass in the middle of a mosh pit into a perfect catch, and then he just runs all the way, taking it to the house. Getting some lucky pushes at the end just to push him into the end zone. Nuts, dude. You know what? The Pointy-Eared Bandits might be my favorite team to watch right now. But the Midnight Maulers are a close second. They make shit happen. They're very entertaining. Gonna make doing stats for this game pretty easy because it's only the only people making things happen are like 5 people. So 8 Basher, the last remaining Thrall standing. I'm gonna take it to the house with 2 seconds left. The Gouda game is very entertaining to watch as well. Got a dead player, but it's a mercenary, so we don't care. 3 injured Thralls, and I think the injured Thralls are all mercenaries as well. So, Midnight Mauler is going to come out of this game looking pretty good. Oh, short kick bounces back, so they're going to give it to whoever they want. It's going to go to Skrill. And actually, since that happened, they're able to just keep this game going, so Could potentially get another point on the board for the knickknacks, but it's unlikely given how Draxackle is now in the mix. That's going to be the end of the game. Ooh, tough loss for the knickknacks, but Midnight Maulers, man. Just, it doesn't matter. As long as those vampires are up, they are a threat. You can take out the half of their team. But if the vampire's the one still up, they are still a problem. Incredible. That's a great game to go out on for the evening as well. Take a look at stats for the knickknacks. The 1 touchdown out of Charles Litzbed, 2 knockouts and yards run. Casualty out of Brog the Impaler, casualty out of Son of Rukov, and the MVP going to him as well for a casualty and a knockout, some yards run. Casualty out of Skriel and Basha. So they're spreading some damage around. It's just going to the wrong people, unfortunately. I guarantee if those injuries go to those vampires instead, this game is a whole different looking thing. Like, it changes everything about this game. Actually, them. 1 death, but it's on a mercenary. We don't care. Midnight Maulers. 3 touchdowns out of Draxacula alone. What does that put him at on the year? Hang on. Let me see this. Midnight Maulers. Draxacula. Actually, okay, so that only puts him at 5 for the year. For the season. Sanguine Sanders is the one who has 6 currently. Oh, MVP going to a mercenary. You hate to see it, but there was a lot of them, so. A successful pass out of Pete. Man, I think Pete is the MVP there. For getting that ball to Draxacula for that score. He gets a kill and a casualty. Well, the kill is the casualty, rather. Casualty out of Sanguine Sanders. 84 yards run on Draxacula is crazy in a single game. Lots of goose eggs from a lot of people being out. Bait Basher with a touchdown. 18 yards run on his own. Brawley with a touchdown. 18 yards run on his own. Knocked out twice. Draxacula carrying the team on his back. Take a look at their injuries. So, mercenary Tom did get injured. So that's the only actual injury that we care about. To our mercenaries. Oh boy. It's a great set of games. Yeah, so I'll work on getting those rankings updated because I think we're going to see a pretty significant shakeup there at the top and middle of that leaderboard, and then we will go from there. Next week is week 11 of 14. We're almost done with that regular season, and keep in mind, like I said at the beginning of the stream, the way that the tournament bracket's going to end up is the 1st and 2nd seed will get a bye week. And then everybody else will be playing in that first round. As we get closer, I will kind of have some previews of what that tournament bracket might look like. Be on the watch for that. And when it comes to those playoffs, it doesn't matter what the rest of the season looks like. Everyone, that's when it matters. That's when the games matter, is in the playoffs. So, stay tuned for that. Got a couple more weeks left to go of these regular seasons before we get to that point, though. And I will see you here next time for week 11 of our season. Thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great week, and I will see you then.